The transfer window has shut, and we have made a few more signings since you were last here, and after what has been a very, very busy transfer window, it's time now to go and see how good those players are. It's time for the players to step up and put the performances in on the pitch, and we should now be aiming for a top 10 finish, or we have failed again. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory Part 86 Season 10 here at Preston. And we have made a very good start to the season, and we are currently in 5th, and we have 10 points from our opening 5 games, and I would like to see that kind of form continuing. And today we will be playing 2 games. We will be away at Leicester and we will be away at Watford. And following our 3 very difficult games against Manchester United, Newcastle and Liverpool, these are the kind of fixtures which will tell us how good we are and where we are likely to finish in the table this season. These are the games that we need to be winning if we are to show any improvement in this team from last year. But before we get into all that, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you just love to see people suffer playing this game, then you're in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very good stuff that you can see scrolling up above. And after our 2 opening games, which we won quite comfortable, we then had a visit from Manchester United. And I was not expecting 4-0, and that had put us top of the league after 3 games with 3 victories and 9 points, and that was beyond what I was expecting or even dreaming about. But then a very tricky away trip to Newcastle, and after Milic was sent off in the first few minutes, we hung on defensively for dear life, and as the game seemed to be petering out to a 0-0 draw, Ali McCann was presented with this chance. So near and yet so far, and if McCann had put that away, it would have meant that we had won our first 4 games. But it was not to be, and playing with 10 men against Newcastle, we have to be happy with that 0-0 draw. But Liverpool, after that, proved far too much for us, and we were beaten by 2-0 against Liverpool after we had dispatched Bristol City in the Carabao Cup second round. And so it has been a very, very good start to the season, and we have played 6 games. We have won 4, drawn 1, and lost 2, and I cannot ask for much more from this very young Preston squad. And I think it is a very decent squad that we have put together. They are very young, and I think the first team would look like this. And Milic will play now as the defensive midfielder, and we are going to play a ball-winning midfielder at the base. And this looks like a very decent team indeed, and there are a lot of good young players in that side. And I think with the amount of creativity that we have in our front three in the midfield, I think we have a very, very good side that we have put together. We are still playing with the low block, and it seems to be working, and we'll go on playing with the low block as long as we need to. And I think as long as results stay in our favour, that's how we are going to play. And in the transfer window since you were last here, there has been a few players coming in. And the first person to come in was Almugara Kabar. He came in from Alves for £11 million. He is a left fullback. He is going to play as a wing back on support, and he looks like a very, very good player. There's no doubt about it. He is a very good fullback. He's got good crossing, great dribbling. He's got very decent physical attributes, and he has good mentals. He's just 25 years old, and I think he's going to be set in that position for a year or two to come. He's a very good signing, and that frees up Milic to play in this defensive midfield role. So Almugara Kabar is a very decent signing. And we followed that by bringing in Joaquim Flores. He's come in from Penarol for £3.8 million. He is a very, very good player, and he's a central midfielder, a ball winner, and we needed somebody who could win the ball in midfield, and he will play as a centre mid on support, and I think he's got all the attributes to do a very decent job for us in that area. We brought him in for very little, and he's already worth £42 to £55 million. He's a highly rated player, and I'm hoping he's going to be able to do the business for us as we move into this season. And then we have brought in Mikel Passmore from Leicester for £325,000. He is another goalkeeper. He has now taken over as the backup goalkeeper. He's a very good player, I think, and he will challenge, I think, for the first team slot before the year is out. I think he has decent attributes for a goalkeeper. He is 24 years old and could have a big future at the club. However, he doesn't have much more in terms of development, but as a backup goalkeeper, he looks very good indeed. And the final signing we made on deadline day was Ousmane Zagre. He's come in from Monaco for £5.75 million. He is an attacking midfielder, can play at centre mid, and he is just 20 years old. He looks like he has a great deal of potential. Our scouts are saying that he has 4.5-star potential. He looks like already he is a good player for most Premier League teams, and he could go on to have a very big future at this club. Excited to see how this young lad is going to develop. He may go out on loan at Christmas, as we are quite saturated in midfield, and then hopefully that will help with his development. He's just come in as a breakthrough prospect this season. And so, yes, it has been a very, very busy transfer window, and I want to get straight in with these two games today. After the international break, we will be playing Leicester away, and then we have a difficult away fixture at Watford. These are games which will demonstrate just how far we have come. Let's go and kick some balls. And we do have one or two issues for the Leicester game, and we still have Milic, who is out suspended following his sending off against Newcastle, and we have unfortunately lost Rojas, who is our main striker, and he's going to be out for 6 or 7 weeks following an injury on international duty. And so Grant is going to get an opportunity today to show us what he can do. And so the team is Alton in goal, with Charteris, Stoica, Seligrat and Kabar at the back, Flores, Verdejo, Bellingham and Agahoa in midfield, with Grant and Ferguson up top. And I hope that we can put on a good performance here today. We don't really want to be we don't really want to be going too positive in this game. Leicester, although they're struggling at the moment, are a very good team, and I just hope that we do ourselves justice. These are the games that we have to be winning, and we have to keep the faith in this team. They have to be around for a long time. I don't envisage going into the transfer market in the near future with such vigour as we have this time, and so we have to keep the faith in this team and hope that they can do the business. Leicester have started the game the stronger team. They are dominating the possession, but hopefully we will work our way back into it. Leicester do have a free kick fired into the box, and we should hopefully be able to clear that. Flores, that's a poor header from defence, and we need to do better than that. And they are looking to come down the flanks. We do need to force them onto the flanks. They're quite dangerous, and we need to do better than that in terms of our press, and that was not a good press. And I'm going to just make a couple of changes, I think. And so we have put the lines up a little bit. We think perhaps we're inviting Leicester on a little bit too much, and we need to be doing a lot better than this. We are not playing very well at the moment, and is this team going into a period of poor form? And I would hate to think, after the start that we've had, I would hate to think that we are going to go into a period of poor form. We are starting to make our way back into the game. Now that we've lifted the lines up, we're starting to get more possession. And here is Charteris. Charteris on a yellow card on the right. He's had a very good season so far. Hopefully he can continue that. And the ball finds its way back to Stoica. Stoica finds Flores making his debut today, hoping for some big performances from Flores. That's a poor pass from Charteris, and Leicester are looking to bring the ball forward. Hopefully now we will start closing them down a little bit higher up the pitch. They do tend to play deep and then break forward, Leicester. Very direct approach, and we need to just make sure we force them outside and don't allow them to come inside, because they're very dangerous in the middle of the field. And there's another chance for Leicester, and it is a good save by Alton, and it goes out for a corner to Leicester. This is not good. I'm going to shout demand more at the boys. We are not playing very well. We're allowing Leicester to dictate proceedings, and that's not good. It's going to be another set piece, and these are always dangerous when their team has multiple set pieces against you. Then these are always dangerous. I think we probably need to play with a little bit of a more positive attitude as we come up to half time. We're going to try a little bit more of a positive attitude. We are pretty much out of this game at the moment. We're not winning the possession battle, and I am going to ask them to come down off the tempo a little bit, and we are not connecting with our crosses apparently, but we are winning most of the headers. But probably not up front are we winning the headers. We're probably winning the headers at the back, and Leicester look to play it out the back. We need to close them down. We need to press them more, and we are not pressing very well, and maybe our pressing urgency needs to be switched up as well. This is not good at the moment, and we're going to press much more now. We're not doing a very good job, and they have acres of space on that right hand side. This is not what I wanted. Good tackle from Kelba, and looking for Grant. Grant finds Ferguson. He's got Fajardo. We need these boys, the creative boys at the head of the midfield, to start finding some passes. And it is Kabar. He finds it all the way back to Alton. And here's Bellingham. Bellingham is carrying a knock and looks for Fajardo. Fajardo has been robbed, and that is a terrible piece of play. We do look very poor at the moment. We deserve, I think, to go behind. Leicester are in, and Leicester have scored. The team are going to have a rollicking at the break. This is not acceptable, and we are giving the game away, and I am not a happy manager. And Leicester, Fajardo was extremely poor in possession there. On the counter-attack, it's 1-0. And when this is not acceptable from this team, they are playing like a bunch of losers at the moment, and they need to be told that this is not acceptable. And in the dressing room, they are going to be told, what was that? Get your act together and start playing some football. We've had a couple of problems. It's unfortunate. And yeah, possibly we do need to work the ball into the box, be a little bit more patient with what we're doing. And Leicester are dominating this game. We have dropped down to 7th. This is not very pretty at all. This is not what I was expecting from this team. We are better than this, and we need to be doing better than this. And our press is all over the place. And is this a sign that the team are not playing, they're not functioning very well together? But our press is absolutely all over the place, and so I'm going to come down off the press a little bit. Hopefully then, they are a good team of dribblers, and we are not dealing with them very well and giving away too many free kicks. We are not closing them down properly. We're allowing them all sorts of space to dictate the game, and it's not looking very good. I think I need to make some changes. Yeah, 1 or 2 players are having very poor games, and I need to shout at them again and berate them. This is not good enough. A Celigrat at the back. He finds Alton. Alton to Kabar. Celigrat finds Flores at the base of the midfield. He finds Ganari to Pugh. Ganari, who has replaced Stoiker, who was having a terrible game. And Pugh looking to go up the right. Surridge, who's come on for Ferguson, who was also having a bad game. And here is a chance, and we have scored. And it is Agahoa who has made it Leicester 1, Preston 1. That is better, and we need more of that, much more of the same. Pugh's ball, Surridge has immediately made a difference. Lovely through ball, and then Agahoa, he's put it away, and it's Leicester 1, Preston 1. We need to go on and win this football match now, and I need to be telling them I want more from them. Really need much more from them, but it is Leicester. They do have a corner, and we have headed it away, but we need to make sure that we don't give them any opportunities. Well done by Kabar. That's a lovely tackle, but Leicester have picked the ball up. We're not defending very well. We don't look very assured in defence. Dewsbury Hall with a long-range shot. It's hit the crossbar, and we need to get it clear, and we have. And we are not playing very well. We'll be very, very fortunate to get a point out of this. But that's what you have to do when you're not playing very well. You need to grind out results. I'm going to go attacking now to try and win this football match. And in the last 10 minutes, we've got to go for it. We probably need to make another change. And let's just hope that McCann doesn't have another late chance and miss it. But it is all Leicester at the moment, and it's gone out for another set piece. And we are not playing very well, and I don't like the way we are playing. FM is relentless. It never will allow you for things to go the way that you want them to. We've been outplayed by Leicester. They've dominated the possession. We have not played very well. We deserve to lose in this game, but we have managed to salvage a point, and I'm not very happy with the team, and they're going to get a telling off. This was not a good performance, and I don't like what I saw. Up top, we were dreadful, and we were very fortunate to come away with a point. And so our form is not great at the moment. Bellingham is now injured, but it's only a short injury. And we have fixtures coming up that we ought to be winning. And that great start that we had, where we scored 10 goals in the first 3 games, including Manchester United, is suddenly not looking very good now. We have not won in the last 3 games. We have to win this game against Watford. It is a no-brainer. And if we don't, then there's got to be serious questions asked. And I'm going to have to question myself. Have I put a decent squad together? This is not acceptable football. I'm going to go and get the team ready for Watford now. We will see you just before kick-off. And so the team for today is Alton in goal with Charteris, Seligrat, Gennari and Kabar at the back. Milic makes a return after his suspension with Flores and Bellingham in midfield. Verdejo, Ferguson and Grant will play upfield. This is a game we have to win and not going to accept a draw or a defeat here. This team are going to be in serious trouble if they cannot win this. And we need to do much better than what we've been doing lately. And if we don't, then we are not going to probably qualify for Europe this season. And so we are, though, still in the top half of the table, and we need to maintain that. And we need to do a good job against Watford. They're a very poor team. They're in 20th position. We are in 4th at the moment. And if we can't beat Watford, then we are a waste of space. And it is Watford, though, who are actually dominating the game at the moment. FM is relentless, and I don't know why it's doing this. I'm going to try and just steal possession. We are getting possession. Watford have had all the chances, and we have had nothing in this game. I need to berate the entire team. They are absolutely shocking at the moment. We haven't even created a chance. And Watford do have a free kick. And I think I need to go more positive now and try and win this game, because at the moment we look very, very poor. And that was a very poor piece of goalkeeping as well. And I am going to make changes. I'm going to push the line up. We have to put more pressure on them. We have to counter-press them. We're giving them too much time on the ball by the look of it, and they are creating all the chances. Playing with this low block has suddenly stopped working. Where it was extremely good early on, it's now stopped working, and so we've got to change the way we are doing things and push up a little bit more. And the team obviously now will not be used to playing in this way, but they have to get used to it. The low block has stopped working for some reason. There's a cross into the box, and Ferguson heads it over onto the crossbar. I don't know how this team can go from the first 3 games we looked like world beaters, but now they look like a bunch of schoolboys who don't know how to play football, and it's really annoying, and there's no reason. That is not good enough, is what I'm going to tell them, and it isn't good enough. Watford are bottom of the league. We are flying, and we're not showing that we are. And I'm going to have to make some changes. 1 or 2 players are not playing very well. Grant is having an appalling game, and it looks like I might have to bring Sarridge on. And we're still not creating chances. Yeah, I think it is time to make some changes. So we have made a few changes, and hopefully with some fresh legs on the pitch we can start to play football here and start winning football matches. But nothing is going right at the moment. Becker is looking for Verdejo. He's gone up top now. Losing our main striker was just an absolute nightmare for us. But it is what it is. Injuries in FM are relentless. There's nothing you can do to get away from it. And I think the only way to do that would be to have a squad of 20 players. It cannot then injure 8 players at a time. And that possibly is the only way to do it. Just have a very tiny squad, and then you can't get any injuries. In fact, if you have a squad of about 11 players, then you can't get a single injury. And here come Watford. Watford are in. What a chance, and what a chance they've missed. We just need to be better than this. I'm going to berate the team again. This is absolutely shocking what we're doing. And we have won the ball, though, at the back, but we can't pick it up in midfield. We're being dominated. Bellingham's trying his best to win the ball back. We need to get after them. We need more urgency. We're not playing very well. And here's Milic tidying up at the base of the midfield. I don't recognise this team from the beginning of the season. I don't know what's gone wrong. We've improved the team, but there is a chance and he's missed it. And that is how it is. I don't recognise my team anymore. And it's really poor. They look poor. They were devastating in the first few games. In the first 4 games, they were brilliant. And now they're like a bunch of schoolboys. And what has happened? What has happened in the last couple of weeks? I don't know. We are trying to be more positive. I'm going to have to go attacking in a minute. We have to win this game, and we will go attacking now. There's no excuse for not beating the team who are bottom of the league, and I've always had a problem beating teams who are bottom of the league. We've got some of the most creative players in midfield, and we just can't create a thing. We do have a chance, though. Is that a penalty, referee? No, it's not being given. Looked like a penalty to me. We need to win these balls. We're not winning them. Charteris, though, has won the ball. We are in a dire period of FM at the moment. It's making it very difficult for us to win football matches. We just have to keep going. And here is Becker on the left. Becker looking to get across him. We do have a chance. We have finally scored. I'm going to go back to balanced. We need to hold on to this now. We need just to take our time. We'll put our fullbacks back on support now and hopefully hold on to this. This has been another poor performance, but hopefully we've done enough to grind out the result, and we'll put Charteris. He can stay on an attacking role. Really, Watford have not looked like they have anything to offer at all, and we've really struggled to score a goal. And when we consider how many we scored in the opening games, then it's really difficult to understand what has happened. But this game is not over yet. 1-0 is never enough. And here is Ganari. He finds Milic. Milic to Becker. Becker to Simpson. That's terrible from Simpson. I need to make some changes. And we also have a number of players who I'm just noticing are very nervous. And why are they nervous? They were world beaters, and they've suddenly become very nervous. I think I need to tell the boys to stay on their feet. Their tackling is poor, and we should just be dropping off and not diving in. But we have won the ball, and Charteris has been taken out, and it is a red card for Watford, and hopefully now we can hold on to this result. We are up in third, but we don't look very good, and this is not acceptable from this Preston team. We are in a dreadful period of form. Things are just not going well for us. We just need to hold on to this result now. I need to have a rethink about what's happening up top. We're not scoring goals. We need to put this right. But Watford do have a free kick, and are they going to sneak one at the end? It's gone over the crossbar. This is really poor. We've been beaten, really, in terms of chances created. We've been beaten by the bottom team in the league. And if we can't beat the bottom team, what chance have we got? And yep, just get it up the field. Alton is going to take a long kick upfield. There's just a few seconds to go. We just need to hold on. But we do need the ball. And if we don't win the ball, we're not going to do anything. And here is Charteris. Charteris finds Celegrat. Celegrat, who started the season absolutely magnificently. We are now struggling to even put passes together. Just look at that. Those passes that were splitting defences early on are now... Well, we look like schoolboys. We don't look like we are a Premier League team anymore. Look at that. That is a dreadful pass. And I don't know what is actually happening in the game engine, but this is an unrecognisable team. Here is Charteris. Can somebody pass? And it has gone to full time. It's Watford 0, Preston 1. I think what I might have to do... I'm going to say that was good, because it was a win. But what I might have to do is to bring the tempo down. If our passing is that bad, then we're just going to have to play with a lower tempo, get our foot on the ball, I think, and maintain possession, do it that way. And we have, though, beaten Watford. It was tough, and we should have been a lot more comfortable than that. I'm not a happy manager. And in terms of what's coming up, it's going to get very, very tough. We need to recover. We need to beat Bournemouth in the Cup. We then have Manchester City, West Ham, Arsenal and Fulham. And we are going to need a lot of points from those games. We have to keep the pressure on up the top. We're doing okay, but we look unrecognisable as a team at the moment. And it's not looking very good in this particular run after the start that we had. I don't want to finish outside the top 10. We need to be in the top 10 and we need to be challenging for the Conference League next season. That's it for this video. As you can tell, I'm bitterly disappointed with what is happening on and off the field at the moment. We have to keep persevering, keep trying. I am going to reduce the tempo, try to be a little bit less frantic in our passing, and hopefully that will make a difference. But if you do like watching people suffer playing this game, then you are in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow, help us to support the very good cause that you can see scrolling above. And all that remains to be said now from a bitterly disappointed manager who has no idea why this team has suddenly deteriorated. I will bid you all farewell, and I will see you in the next episode.